Welcome back to another edition of Green is Good. We're here, this is the ISRI edition of Green is Good, and we're here in beautiful downtown Vancouver at the Vancouver Convention Center. We're in the west wing of the Vancouver Convention Center, and we're so excited to have with us today Feliks Bezati. He's the Environmental Responsibility Manager for Tarkett North America. Welcome to Green is Good, Feliks.
Thank you so much.
You know, before we get talking about all the great work you're doing at Tarkett, please share with our audience a little bit about the Feliks Bezati story. You know, how did you get inspired to be green and sustainable and be so thinking about these important issues of today?
Yes, of course. So I will start with my personal story. So I'm a European. I consider myself as a European guy. I have lived in so many countries in Europe. And I have studied chemical engineering, and then I have done a PhD on the recycling of plastics. And the first time that I was caring about the plastics, you know, you have a lot of environmental concerns about plastics. And then I just joined Tarkett, who had a vision about the future and how we have to deal with our products. And this was what makes me so passionate today about what I'm doing and working for Tarkett.
That's wonderful. And Feliks, I have to be honest with you, I've never heard of Tarkett. So can you please share with our audience a little bit who Tarkett is and what they do, what's their core business?
Of course. So Tarkett, it's a flooring manufacturer which is based in France originally.
Oh.
But our sales are very balanced. So we have 1/3 of our sales in North America, 1/3 in Europe, and 1/3 in what we call the ex-Soviet bloc, so Russia, Serbia, Kazakhstan, countries like this. So we are mainly producing, as I said before, flooring products, all kinds of flooring products from vinyl, wood, parquet, laminate, and also we are very well known for sport products like Filturf, which is also a Canadian brand, so it's artificial turf products.
Artificial turf products. So basically flooring industries, things on the floor.
Exactly, yes.
And you're with the North America division.
Yes, so I have started with Tarkett 5 years before in our Research and Innovation Center, which is based in Europe. And I have just joined the American team since last summer. And my objective here is to help the team here to implement our sustainability strategy.
Wonderful. For our listeners out there that want to learn more about Tarkett North America, please go to www.tarkett, TarkettNA.com, TarkettNA.com. So let's talk a little bit about your product line and how do they fit into the sustainability revolution? Why are they helping us improve the health and wellness of the people who use them?
Yes, very good question. Thank you. So at Tarkett, we have started since 2010 to consider our products in a sustainable way.
Okay.
You know, today we are living on what we call a linear system or linear economic system. So we just extract raw materials, we use them, and we just throw them away.
Right.
So this is what we call the linear model. Since 2010, we tried at Tarkett just to think about products in a different way. And we have found that the cradle-to-cradle solution, the cradle-to-cradle philosophy, it's a way to consider our products in a different way. So in cradle-cradle, or what we call largely the circular economy, we just don't consider anymore our products with the end of life, but with an end of use. So we consider, since the designing of our products, how we are going to recycle them.
I love it. So explain what goes into the designing of your products and how your products are greener than other flooring products.
Even though I don't like so much the word greener or green.
More sustainable.
More sustainable. I think that our objective today is more thinking about the future, thinking about the long term.
Okay.
And when we say greener, sometimes it's just thinking about the nature, so what it means planet.
Right.
But it's not only about the nature, it's not only about the environment, it's also thinking about the people living and using our products,
right,
but also thinking about the long-term profitability of the company. So our objective today is to design our products in a way that they can be our raw materials of tomorrow. So by doing this, we can be less dependent on virgin materials, and this also can be profitable for the company in the long term.
Got it. So less virgin materials. Your products then at the end of their life are more recyclable. While they're being used, though, are they considered a good product themselves in terms of, people now are so concerned with VOCs and that other stuff. How does your product compare to other flooring products in terms of during their lifespan? Are they considered more sustainable for the people using them?
Yes, so when we started 2010 to think about this cradle concept of our products, the first question that we ask is, what is the impact of our product in the indoor? Because we have indoor products, what is their impact in the indoor air quality?
Right.
So how we can design our products in a way that instead of being less bad for people, can be beneficial for people. So what we have done during these last 5 years, we have worked a lot in our reducing our VOC emissions of our products, and today we have products that they have almost no VOC emissions.
Wow.
So this it's important because we are spending more of 90% of our time in indoor areas, so it's very important to have products that they do not contribute to have a bad indoor air quality. The second point that we are also doing about product is that we have some products today that they are asthma and allergy friendly certified. So, there are a lot of people that they are suffering from asthma and allergies. So we are trying to consider also this in the design of our products by the chemicals that we are going to use.
Got you. So for our listeners out there, this is the ISRI edition of Green is Good. And to learn more about ISRI, please go to isri.org, isri.org. We're here in beautiful downtown Vancouver at the Vancouver Convention Center. We're in the West Wing. We're with Feliks Bezati. He's the Environmental Responsibility Manager of Tarkett North America. And we're talking about the circular economy, people, planet, and profits. People, planet, and profits. So in other words, your job is to help make Tarkett more profitable, the environment and the planet more sustainable by making products both out of more recycled material, but making them more recyclable. But along the way, the people benefit because not only are they living on a more sustainable planet, but from using your products, they have a better quality of life because of less VOCs, less asthma, and less other air pollutants that come from typical flooring products. Am I understanding this pretty good?
Yes, exactly. So this is what is important about the circular economy and the cradle to cradle. So since the designing, we have to consider the quality of the raw materials.
Right.
Because we want our product in the future to get recyclable. So we need the quality today to get the product tomorrow. So this automatically is beneficial also for people because we are going to use quality raw materials to make a good product so that we can use it again and again.
Again and again. So talk a little bit about how recyclers can contribute to the collection of products that can help the circular economy and help feed Tarkett.
So exactly, in order to achieve all these factors that we were talking before, we definitely need to work together. We need the networking. And the recycles can be part of this networking by helping us, first of all, to collect the materials, to help us in the reverse logistics so that we can take back our products and recycle them in our facilities, and also can help us to have a quality recycled material at the end of the use of our products by collecting them, defining what is the raw materials, the recycled materials being raw materials for us.
Gotcha. So the circular economy, I know you studied a lot about the circular economy and the cradle to cradle philosophy. Can you share with our audience how the circular economy and cradle to cradle can be applied not only to the flooring industry and all the great work you're doing at Tarkett North America, but to almost any industry? We can make a better planet in terms of people, profit, and planet. The triple bottom line can be applied almost to any industry if we so choose to do.
Yes. So the circular economy is very important. As I was saying before, there are three important parameters. The first of all is that since we are considering our products to be in cycles, definitely we are going to use automatically good raw materials, safe raw materials in order to close the cycle.
Right.
The second point is that we have to consider today that we are 7 billion people in this planet. By 2050 we are going to be 9 billion.
Right.
And in the same time we have a lot of people in underdevelopment countries that they are going to ask more and more resources because they want to have our way of life.
Right.
So we are also considering that will be 3 billion additional people in the middle class, what we call middle class. So that they are going to consume more and more. So the idea here is that automatically we know the limits of our planet. We know how much land we have, we know how much metals we have, we know how much plastics we have. So we are going to have a problem on resources. And this is why it's important, the circular economy, because it's considering this problem on resource scarcity. By considering our products today to be our raw materials of tomorrow, we can keep them in cycles and be less dependent on virgin materials that everybody is going to ask. And the third point that I like about circular economy is that it's helping companies and also countries to keep materials locally. Once we are having our flooring products produced today in the US, when we are going to consider to recycle, we are going to keep it in the US again.
Right.
So the resources are not shipped in different continents, they are staying locally, and this can also help the local economy for new jobs, reduce unemployment rates, etc., and create also more business in the recycling sector.
And doesn't expand the carbon footprint by shipping all these things around the world and the planet.
Exactly, yes.
You know, talk a little bit about, help our audience understand a little bit, Feliks, the difference, the similarities and differences between the cradle-to-cradle approach to sustainability and the circular economy. Are they the same, or do they have some slight subtle differences that you can share with us?
There is no difference between cradle to cradle and circular economy. I mean, let's say that the circular economy is more about the economics,
right,
the profitability of the company in the long term, and cradle to cradle it's more product orientated. But definitely there is a difference between what we call the cradle to grave approach, or what a lot of companies they consider today to reduce their impacts.
Right.
So the cradle to cradle, it's not about reducing. It's not. If we just reduce our impacts, we are just postponing the problem. We are not solving the problem. The cradle to cradle, it's more about quality, it's more about optimizing our products and more thinking in a beneficial way instead of just being less bad.
Gotcha. You know, you were talking a little bit at the top of the show, Feliks, about your upbringing. You had a lot of exposure to other parts of the world before you came here to North America. Why are the recycling rates not as high here in the United States and Canada as they are in Europe potentially, or in Japan or Seoul or other parts of the world? Why are we struggling so much when this is a paramount concern for all of us to move towards a circular economy, and the faster the better? Why are we still have low recycling rates and high either incinerator or landfill rates?
I mean, it's just a personal opinion, but I believe that especially US and even Canada, they are very big countries with a lot of land.
Yeah.
So people probably today, they don't care about just landfilling. And we are still in this, what I was explaining before, the linear economic model.
Yeah.
So we were not thinking about designing our products to be in a circular way. We just think to throw them away. It's
right.
easier for us.
Right.
Even though Europe may have some concerns because it's not, let's say, not autonomous, it doesn't have all the resources that you can have here in the US. Okay. So we are struggling more with the resources. So it's probably this can be one of the explanations. Even though Europe, I mean, there is still improvements to be done in the recycling.
Gotcha. Obviously you have a very important position at Tarkett, and for our listeners out there, we've got Feliks Bezati with us. He's the Environmental Responsibility Manager at Tarkett North America. You can learn more about Tarkett North America at www.tarkettna.com. There's a lot of our audience from around the world that listen and watch this show that are young people, and they want to learn how to be the next Feliks Bezati. What kind of advice can you give to the next generation that's really the sustainability, I want to call them natives, whereas I'm part of the sustainability immigrant generation. Your generation are truly the natives. What advice can you give the young people out there that are still in school, how to work their way up the ladder to have an important position in, like you have, where you can really have an effect and make the world a better place?
I consider myself very lucky today to have this position at Tarkett. And working on sustainability, it's having a global approach on products.
Yeah.
So I was lucky because when I start working at Tarkett, just after finishing my PhD, the company has decided to go through this way. So I know that there are some companies that they want to go in sustainability, and I hate also companies just talking about greenwashing. So they have to pay attention which companies really believe on sustainability, and sometimes it's just a question of chance on having, but it's all about thinking in the long term. So I will just ask them to think about the long term, and even in the positions that they have today, think about the long term and think about the future.
You know, you talked about the linear economy and moving. We're in a period of change now, paradigm shift from the linear economy to the circular economy. What's your opinion on how long this shift is going to take? Is it going to be fast now, or is it going to be a slow process into 2020 and beyond?
Good question. I'm seeing already the change in our company, Tarkett. So we are definitely not the same company when we started in 2010.
Right.
And I can tell that we have done a lot of work. Even though it has been 5 years today that we have started, we have still a lot of things to do. So it takes time. Now, is 5, 10 or 20 years a long period or a short period? It's relative. So it will take time. It will take time, but definitely what it makes me happy is that to see more and more companies involved on it. And again, thinking about the long term, this is what is important today.
Well, that's wonderful, and we're so honored to have you. Again, you know, this is the Green is Good ISRI special from downtown Vancouver. We're so honored to have with us today Feliks Bezati. He's the Environmental Responsibility Manager from Tarkett North America. Again, to learn more about Tarkett, go to www.tarkettna.com. Feliks, thank you for your inspiring thoughts today. You're truly a sustainability superstar and really living proof that green is good. Join us for another edition with Green is Good. We'll see you soon.